I address you today under quite difficult circumstances with a solemn subject. Certainly, we try and keep everything as upbeat and as fun as we can. But Gonzo's Pinball Flipperama has certain standards to maintain, and I'm very sorry to say that we've let you down on that score. There's no doubt about it. And I'm going to try and get to the bottom of this, and I do mean that in a literal sense, because it's been brought to my attention that someone passed wind on our flagship show, which is called the Chinwag, which is a podcast whereby we invite people on to share their pinball ideally share their pinball machines with me, feed me and all that sort of thing, but to share their pinball experiences in the hope that it brings the UK pinball community a little bit closer together, a little hub, a little sort of weekly news magazine for the UK pinball community. But little did I expect when we started doing this that we would fall to such depths of depravity that I would have to do this video here. And I just wanted to let you all know, take it very seriously, even if others don't. And I've got to thank Phil for pointing this out on the forum. I will show you the clip. I'll play you the clip. You can listen to the clip in just a moment. I was going to say how it escaped me, but it didn't escape me. Let's just go to a few of the posts at the forum and just have a look what's happened. Because Phil said, just watch the latest podcast, which is podcast number 37. Now, 37 was held at Andy's house. Andy was there. I was there, obviously. And Spencer was there. And Andy's 2 dogs were there. But certainly one of his dogs was more involved than the other, as you would have seen from the video. One of them was a bit of a showman, I think you'd say, and the other dog was quite camera shy. So the showman dog and the one that wanted to be sort of front of house all the time was Ronnie. And I just really want to get to the bottom of this, with no pun intended there, to find out who passed wind on the Chinwag. As actually Phil said, just watch podcast at 7:47, which is the 747, and it was, I don't know how I missed the sounds, it was very Jumbo-like, actually. He said, does somebody let rip? Does someone let rip? He finds it quite amusing. Phil, don't share you. I didn't find it funny at all. Speak up, Brown, you're through. There's a lot of comments. People are starting to mock the Chinwag at this point, not taking it seriously. M4 Carp, Davis said, I bet they blame one of the dogs. This is not the point. This thread takes a sinister turn, and this is my reason for doing this, by the way. Hilton Chris says definitely the dogs. Scott, I would have expected better from you here. I've got to be honest with you. He says, literally, someone farts and Gonzo's like, let's play Elvira, blatantly to escape the room. I think he's suggesting that I farted, and then I said, let's leave the room and go. Let's get one thing right. We are really going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to find the culprit, and I've done some investigation, by the way, which we're going to look at in a second. But come on, Scott, honestly, mate. And then Andy has had I don't know if it's a double bluff. I thought he would have been embarrassed, but maybe he's trying to own it by coming out and fronting it up. He's saying, I didn't realise at the time, but somebody definitely did, and it wasn't the dogs. I've got to be honest with you, I'm not sure that one of the accused can gather evidence and can say who was guilty and who wasn't. He who pointeth the finger, so to speak. Is this going to be a regular weekly feature? Spot the Ripper. I mean, this is not good from Alan there. Mark said, is Gonzo the type of guy who holds on to a real nasty one and drops it just as the lift doors open? No, I'm not. This is nothing to do with me. Paul, Gonzo, the Phantom Farter. I am not the Phantom Farter, and I want to find out who the Phantom Farter is. Sacco TRG says, I reckon it was Spencer. Now we find a sensible post. He's smiling when the camera pans around to him. Paul says, no, that's because he heard it. So Paul thinks Spencer's just smiling because he heard the fart. C&C says, I think it was Black Knight that did it. That's why they didn't go back to play it. It just added to Gonzo's prejudice against it. Okay, look, let's get one thing absolutely right. Had this fart been directed at Black Knight, there wouldn't be such a fuss being made. I think I certainly wouldn't take it that seriously. But if, as I expect, it was either Spencer or Andy or the dog, all of their arses were facing Jurassic Park at the time, and that's just not acceptable in any way, shape or form. Let me just play you the clip now. On Avengers Infinity Quest, little bit of artwork on the walls, and behind Andy is another bit. Oh, a bit of art. Okay, I mean, you can all hear it. You can all hear what's going on there, can't you? Now, I started to investigate a little bit more. And first of all I can say is Spencer, after we've walked out the room, seems to feel the relief. If you look, it's caught on camera. He actually, I don't know whether it's a congratulatory pat of the arse or he's just pleased that the tension has gone. But if you watch this is directly afterwards. This is Spencer. Literally pats his arse. I don't know. I think Ronnie, the dog, looks extremely suspicious, by the way. And you can see that he's got that I just farted look in his eye, I think. However, after thorough investigation, I can say that it was neither Ronnie nor was it Spencer. Because here at the Gonzo Cave, we've got some wonderful technology, and one of them is I can actually separate waveforms in sound, and I've managed to clean up some of the audio from that clip, and actually just boost the levels a little bit. And as you'll hear, not only did Andy do it, I think he's actually quite proud of it. Just have a listen very, very carefully. On Avengers Infinity Quest, little bit of artwork on the walls.
Oh yeah, it's another one I made.
And behind Andy is another bit.
Oh,
a bit of art. And that's all I've got to say. No further proof is needed. So I would like to say that concludes the inquiry. That concludes the investigation. On behalf, I will say on behalf of Gonzo's Pinball Flipperama, I would like to apologise. I would like to say that it won't happen again, but I can't be certain. It's certainly, all I will say is, I do a lot of videos where I'm just sat here chatting, and you never hear anything. There's never any sound at all, is there? So it's quite clear. So I apologise. I hope I won't put you off watching again in the future, and hopefully we'll just resume normal programming as of next week.